Okay, so in this video we're going to show you how to create drilling operations on a sheet metal part. So what we're looking at here is a folded sheet metal part. The first thing we want to do is enter our flat view. So to activate our flat view of the part, we're going to just hit this button here. Now we're looking at the flat part, so we can work with this. I'm going to look at it from the top view. And basically what I want to do now is add a drilling operation to this hole here and this hole here. Basically to do that, you want to come into your milling tab up on top here, add a drilling operation. And basically the first thing we want to do is select our tool here. So you can build out your tool library similarly to how the Plasma tool library is built by adding in tools. So we can add in tools by clicking our button up here. But before we want to add tools, we want to make sure we're in the correct tool set. So for example, this tool set here is set to this customer's Plasma. So I'm going to build a tool set inside in this, so he's got all his tools for Plasma and drill all into one area. So once this is selected, this is our tool library folder, we can then hit the plus button here and we've got a multiple amount of different things we can add. So for this we're going to add a normal drill, and this is where we can add in our drill information on where to buy, for example. So when you break bits you can restock easily. So just for now I'm going to do a test bit. I'm just going to say this is Blue Motion, and for example if we want to put in a 10mm cutter, you can add 10mm here. We can change that, we can change it to 12, we can change it to whatever you want, and you can also put in your cutting data for that actual bit. And your post-processor tab doesn't actually make any difference, so I'm going to hit accept there. So you can see our tool has been added. So you can add as many tools as you want, and the more tools that you add in the future to your machine can easily be added here. Once you add them once, they're there and you can edit them and so forth. Also, similarly to your Plasma tool library, if you get the optional extra from us, we can send you a file and a drill bit set, and basically the drill bit set will be calibrated to the file. So for example, just to maybe just show what I'm explaining is, instead of creating your own tool library here, which is very possible and easily to do, we can send you a preset tool library with all the drill bits that work and drill bits to match that tool library, if that makes sense. For the purpose of this video, I'm just going to continue with this test piece. If you were to add that tool library, it's done exactly the same way in which the Plasma tool library was added previously. So yeah, that's that. So I've got my tool selected. I want to hit select. Next thing I want to do is go into geometry, and I want to select the holes that we want to actually process. So I want to select this hole here, and I want to select this hole here. Now, if I hit height, I have a few different options here. So I'm going to look in from the side. You can see currently that it's just drilling to the bottom of the material. On this particular part, what I want to do is I want to drive the drill bit through so we get a perfect hole through. I want to just select this button here, and you can see it does that. You can also add offsets. So for example, -2mm, it'll go 2mm deeper here. Okay. Similarly, you can add top height offset, so you can start at a higher height, you can start at lower height. There's an endless amount of things you can do. So I'm going to hit OK there because I'm happy with that. And the next thing we want to do is, you can see that our stock and our work coordinate system 0 is set up in the wrong position. So I want to just come into our setup, right click, edit. We want to change our stock to from solid and hit our part. We can go to our setup and change our box point to this point here and hit OK. If I look at this from the top now, you can see our XY 0 point is set correctly. And last thing I want to do is I want to regenerate the tool paths because we made an edit to the setup. So generate. And now if we want to simulate this, we can either have the setup selected or the drill selected. I'm going to select the drill and basically hit the simulation button here. Now if I press simulate, you can see it simply does 2 drilling operations. And that's it. Simple as that. So we're happy with that simulation. Next thing we want to do is actually output the file. So what we do in this case is we make sure our setup or the operation that we want to output is selected. Usually it's going to be the setup. Is selected. When it's selected, you simply hit post process. We make sure our got drill head is configured correctly on the machine, and I'm going to just do drill test and hit post. And as simple as that, that post is created and ready to run on the CNC machine. You can see we've got our drill G code after being created. So that's that. We will have another video on drilling, going into more detail, and also a video on doing a Plasma and a scribe and a drilling operation all into one video. But for now, that's it.